Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the highly requested, long-awaited Chanel fine jewelry review video. Last spring, I invested in some Chanel fine jewelry pieces, and I've been wearing them, and so I want to talk all about that. The first piece I ever bought, however, I think was I want to say sometime in 2023, and that was my first ever Chanel fine jewelry piece. I think it was in August 2023, and that is this Coco Crush slim ring. I have it stacked here with my Hermes ring, and I wear it every day. So this was like a really, just starter piece to kind of get a feel for the collection. I love this ring. I wear it every day. Now, this ring in particular, I feel like is a little contentious. I think it looks really pretty on the hand. I think it is easy, and like I said, I wear it every day, and so the fact that it's developed a patina doesn't really bother me as like an everyday piece. However, I will say when I go into jewelry stores and I'm trying on other jewelry, it's really obvious how much this piece in particular has patinaed, and I think that that's true for almost all Coco Crush rings. That there's something about this design, the gold, the way that it's shaped, where they do patina very quickly. I feel like even, I was admiring, my boutique advisor has like a larger Coco Crush ring with diamonds, and I was admiring it. And even she expressed like, yeah, but it bothers me at how much of a patina it's developed over time. And I think that's specific to the ring, because I haven't experienced it with other pieces. Now, what I will also say about this ring is I purchased it at Neiman Marcus from like the jewelry area. And I'm not saying that that was a bad experience. It wasn't a bad experience. It was fine. It just wasn't an amazing experience. And I bring that up because, and I've packaged these up actually just to kind of revisit all of this with you. When I was in Paris last spring, I went to the Chanel fine jewelry store, Place Vendôme, and actually rewind. I had an appointment at 31 Rue Cambon, which was amazing. And in that appointment, this fashion advisor had brought her friend who worked at the fine jewelry boutique, and it totally worked. Okay, I was brought along the journey to try on some high jewelry pieces just because she knows in Paris, and she made it fun, and it was amazing, right? Amazing. And so I looked at the pieces there. I was like, oh, that's amazing. The next day I went to Place Vendôme for a private appointment, and it was in a beautiful suite, kind of like looking directly across to Coco Chanel's room at the Ritz Paris Hotel, which is like right across like the Place Vendôme. And I just had an amazing experience there. Over the top. When this was originally packaged and presented to me, it had two little charms with my initials on it. I have them, I forgot to grab them, but it was just like so beautiful, so special. So like, let me show you. I do a lot of unboxings on this channel, obviously. And it was wrapped in like white paper with gold ribbon. I just feel like this presentation for their fine jewelry, it's very nice. And I've talked on here about Van Cleef and, just being like, I'm not really bothered by the packaging. I'm not really look at this. I'm not really thinking about the packaging when I'm making these purchases, but I will say at the same time, like pulling this out, okay, and there's like a little pillow on top to it. Like this presentation, it is something special. It is something special. And so I spoke about this in my 2024 favorites video. This bracelet is actually one of my best purchases of 2024. I wear it almost every day. And unlike the Coco Crush ring, which is also a daily wear piece, I would say this has not developed the same patina. Now, of course, I'm not slamming my wrist into things as much as like my hand. Like, I don't know, you're holding things in your hands. I'm not holding things with my wrist. So like, of course there's that, but I would say that it has stayed very shiny. I've like just a little bit polished it and cleaned it myself, but not had it professionally cleaned at all. It's been amazing. And just the mechanism through which the Chanel jewelry works, it is designed impeccably well. Like, Chanel doesn't have to be making fine jewelry, right? Like, they had a practice of it for a very long time, of course, with the Comet and all of the stuff since, you know, Coco Chanel was alive. They've been making fine jewelry, yes. They don't really have to do it. I don't think it's like the biggest part of their business, but I think they have a really beautiful practice of doing it. And they know that this and this needs to be able to compete with Richemont, you know, with the best of them, with the Cartier and the Bulgari and, you know, Van Cleef, all of them, like, they're competing with. And I feel like they've just done some really special things. So even with the design of this piece, and I like just the intricacy of, hey, how everything's carved and put together and held together, like, it just feels like a very nice piece. Even like the detail of the chain, it's like a very special chain, right? It's not like just like, it's not like the Van Cleef chain, it's just a chain, right? Beautiful, well balanced, right? But there's something special here with the double circles that just adds like a little bit more texture. Anyway, so the way that you get this bracelet on is there's a mechanism behind the diamond and you push it down and it kind of just goes like that. So it's a little bolero and it's not very elegant to put on, but then once it's on, it's on. So I slide it over my hand like this, and then it's really loose on the wrist, but I like that it's not so loose that it would fall off if it got caught or something pulled. And then you almost need a second pair of hands. You push down the button and you can go like this. Sometimes I use my mouth, but I won't do that for you on camera. And then you can tighten it a good amount so it's not like turning. And then it just sits very beautifully on the wrist. And I just like, the chain hangs down. It kind of looks like a little, I don't know, almost like a hand chain sometimes with the way that it hangs down, like a little casual. Sometimes like I will just take the end and tuck it underneath if I don't want it to dangle too much. So it makes just like a little loop. But I normally am stacking multiple bracelets together. So I kind of like it to look like a little messy, but it is just such a special piece. And the people who know and recognize it as Chanel recognize it. And a lot of people ask, and then you're like, oh, it's Chanel. And then they're like, oh, of course. Like, I feel like the diamond is fairly significant on it as well. It's not just like a little tiny, like, I don't know, whatever. It's significant. So the other piece that I bought, so this retails now for $5,350 here in the States. I think I paid a little bit less. So last year, the conversion to the euro was better. And I also got tax back. But then when I got back to the United States, I declared all my purchases and paid tax again. I think I ended up paying 5% tax when I got back. But I'm not 100% sure. Again, the presentation, like, it's good. It's good. It's good. So this piece I do not wear every day, but I put it back in the box again so you can kind of get an idea and experience it, right? Coming here, there's the logo and then this pillow to protect it. So pretty. And then this piece is just, ow, right on the knuckles. It's a hefty box. This is a heavy box. That hurt. That did not feel great. Ow. Okay, be like, I got into a fight. This necklace is also so special. I couldn't really figure out how to place it in the box, but let me just pull it out. I wanted you guys to be a part of this experience with me. And when I went and looked up the retail price for this necklace / bracelet, I was surprised at myself. I was like, oh wow, Maddie, you must have been really feeling yourself last year to invest that much in a fine jewelry piece. However, I will say, Well, let me just get into it. Let me just put this here, get everything out of the way. Semi-unboxing. Okay. So this piece is looking a little bit like a hot mess now. I think I said in my first unboxing, like you need a PhD to use this necklace, or you just need to be like very creative and not care. So actually this necklace, it's one long piece. One long piece, just like that, with two little maracas at the end, clams, little clips at the end. And then each of the camellias have diamonds in the middle. And there's six six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 camellias. And then in between the camellias, and this is very like artistically done, there's little diamonds, flowers in between. So all told, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 diamonds throughout the necklace. And again, it has this like very special chain. So this piece currently retails for $24,000 here in the United States. I think 24,700. I think I paid closer to 22 all told. Compared to, I think this, while there are fewer flowers, right? But that's kind of like the vibe. I think the comparison, the equivalent piece to this is a 20 motif, which would be, I think the cheapest one is 17. And then, you know, like an all gold one would be like 59. So this is like somewhere in between, right? A 20 motif. Like, I don't think it's really the 16 motif, plus it has diamonds. And most of the 20 motifs do not have diamonds. So it's kind of like a complicated compare, but similar in the different ways you can wear it. So of course you can clip like this and wear it long. It's like a long, I guess I shouldn't have worn such a high pattern jacket. I should have worn black so you could see it as like a long necklace, right? Oh my gosh. And you do need a PhD to operate it, just so you know. You can wear it as a long lariat necklace. So by clipping it here and having it, I don't know if it'll fit over, having it go down long or down the back of like a backless dress. So that's cool. You can wear it kind of doubled. You guys gonna be able to see any of this with this crazy jacket that I chose. So clip one short, and then you can like clip another one like so. So it's like a short necklace and a long necklace. You can do it like a choker. So I can get it around my neck, I think 3 times more tight, like. And because it's a clip and not a clasp, right? If it doesn't go around perfectly 3 times, you just clip it wherever it is and it works from there. All right, don't choke yourself, Maddie. Don't break it. Oof. Or doubled and as a short lariat. Or, I know, it's like, you can wrap it around as a bracelet and like wear it as like a wrap bracelet like this. Like, there are so many different ways to wear it, and I just feel like the creativity that went into this design, and intelligently designed, because here's the thing, if they had evenly spaced out the diamonds and you, or not even, well, yeah, the diamonds, but also the flowers, like you see how it is kind of, like I said, artistically placed. They almost seem like placed at random, but I think that makes putting it on easier because there's no way to perfectly space it. So it's like meant to be a little bit, what's it called? Like wabi sabi, or like a little bit imperfectly perfect kind of vibe. And it's just so good, especially with like, yeah, like a black bodysuit or a black, like all black. And then this, it is so good. I also like to do kind of like how I'm showing you here, where I double it and then just clip it like that. So it's like an even, here, I'll show you. Oh, I lost the plot, hold on. Like I said, you need a PhD to use it. So it goes like this, and so then this, that's like the first loop around your neck, and then like this. And that's the second, and then it's just like a really nice doubled necklace, like so cute. And then you have these two in the back, so it looks cute if your hair is up or something. I am very pleased with this piece. Just the versatility, the uniqueness, and it's just like the specialness of the design. It's so good. I didn't realize how much money I had spent on it. I was like, oh, surely the price has gone up. I think I was just like really feeling the magic of Paris when I went for it. But in short, would I recommend it? Yes. Am I glad that I have this over a 20 motif? Yes. Like, I feel like this is more special, maybe not more special because I don't want to be like, mine's more special. But this is more specific to my style versus a 20 motif is. Does that make sense? Like, this is, you know how I am. Like, I'm a Chanel girl living in my Chanel world. And this is just, I feel like the piece. And it looks really cute layered with this VCA. It's just, oh, a little flash of something. Plus the diamonds, it's so good. And I feel like it's worn really well. And just the versatility that you get for the price point, I think is really important. And Chanel does this with other pieces too. Like, they have multiple jewelry pieces that are convertible like this. So there's a version of this for number 5, I believe. And there's also a version for the Comet, which I think is more expensive because it has more diamonds. There's also another camellia necklace that they have where it's like a camellia necklace with like falling diamonds, and you could remove the diamonds if you choose. So it could be like very formal or like informal. I just think that the creativity and the playful spirit of the pieces outside of the Coco Crush really make it worth it. If you're just gonna get a Coco Crush ring, I think it's fine. You know, like, that's the difference between this ring and the Hermes one and like a regular love ring. I don't know, like, just personal choice. I do think it looks really cool when people have like all Coco Crush rings stacked. I think that's like a really pretty effect. And they look cute together, and the pave ones are really pretty. But I think there's like a lot more with the Comet pieces. And I also really like the ruban, which is like bows. Of course, bows are really cute. And obviously the camellias, like, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Number 5 is not my favorite, but 5 isn't really significant to me. And then there's a bunch of stuff with lions, which are very cool, but most of the lion stuff is like very expensive. I'm talking like high jewelry, like 60, 70K, stuff like that. So, but yeah, in conclusion, do I recommend the Chanel jewelry, fine jewelry line? I do. I would say if you're going to do it, go to Paris, go to Place Vendôme, and have an amazing time. I would say, would I feel the same about this piece if I bought it just at the regular Chanel outlet in Neiman Marcus? Maybe not, you know, like, the way that I feel about the Coco Crush and that experience, like, I don't really recall this as like a really amazing experience. Like, there's no memory attached to me buying this ring. I just wear it every day because it's kind of like easy. Whereas this bracelet, which I wear every day, I will always associate with the trip to Paris and just the sales associates there and the feeling of the city and just being there and going out to dinner with my, like, it's just like so beautiful and so much fun. I'll always associate these pieces with that. Whereas the Coco Crush ring, maybe not. I mean, definitely not, but you know what I mean? Even though the Coco Crush ring was also there for that. But anyway, I hope this video, it was a very long one, was useful to you. I hope you will try out some Chanel pieces. I hope you will visit Place Vendôme and have a beautiful time there. And otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.